Hello, here's a tutorial for Promise by Ben Howard. Had a few comments underneath my cover version, instrumental cover of the song to do a tutorial for it. So here we are. Some of the bits that I play are probably slightly different from the way that Ben Howard plays it, and probably some other tutorials on YouTube as well, but this is the way that works for me. So here we go. The tuning for the song without the capo on is C on the 6th string, F on the 5th string, C on the 4th string, G on the 3rd string, F on the 2nd string, and C on the 1st string, and then it is capo on the 2nd fret. First thing to bear in mind when you put the capo on, at least on my guitar it does this, sometimes it pulls the string slightly out of tune from where you've put them before, so just make sure that you tweak them to make sure that you're actually not off slightly on those notes, but also remember that it's going to be 2 notes higher than what you originally tuned it to as well. Hopefully I've explained that right. So first thing you need to do for the intro is put your ring finger on the 11th fret on the 5th string and your little finger on the 12th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, and the picking pattern for the intro, first 4 picks are 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, and then 6th string again, and that's using your thumb, index, middle, and then thumb. Next 4 picks are the 3rd string, then the 6th string, then the 5th string, then the 4th string, and that's using your ring, thumb, index, middle. And putting those 2 together. And that is the basic picking pattern for the whole of the intro. So once you've got that down, you can just play it over and over again. So I've played it 4 times there. I'm going to move into the next shape now on the frets. So I'm going to lift up my ring finger, so the 5th string's not got any fretting on it anymore, and I'm going to put my index finger down on the 6th string on the 9th fret. And I'm going to play the same picking pattern again 4 times. And all I'll do is then I'd move back into that first shape and carry on from there. So it's just playing those 2 chord shapes and 4 rotations of the picking pattern each time, for as long as you want to, really, with the intro. And it's also the same for when the singing starts as well. I won't put you through my singing, but you'll be able to hear on the track when you should start and stop and say the particular words there. So the next thing, just going to look at quickly, is a couple of different bits that you can add into the intro, just to make it sound a little bit different. So one of the fills that you can add in to the intro is play 3 rotations of the first chord shape. And then on the last rotation, lift up your ring finger off the 5th string and put your index finger down on the 9th fret on the 5th string. So for that last rotation, what you'd have is okay, so just do that one more time. So going through that first picking pattern 3 times, and then just changing the shape up for the last rotation. Okay, so that's all that first one is. The next thing that you can do, I'll just play through it and then go through how you actually do it. So for that, picking pattern is the same pretty much the whole way through, but when you get to this first bit, you're just lifting up your little finger from the 12th fret, putting it down on the 10th fret as you change. So change it to the 10th fret, and exactly the same again when you're going to pick that 10th fret. Before you do that, lift it up and have the 9th fret with your index finger. So all the way through. And then on the last one, so we've gone from 12 on the 3rd string to 10th on the 1st string to 9th on the 3rd string. The last time you're going to pick the 9th string, you're going to hammer on to the 10th fret, pull it off to the 9th fret, and then pull it off completely after that. So just play that one more time. Okay, next shape to get into after you've just played that is pretty much the second shape that you have in the intro, but you've also got your ring finger down on the 5th string on the 11th fret, and play the standard picking pattern twice, and then lift up that ring finger from the 5th string. So that's probably one of the bits where I play it different to, I think, how Ben Howard plays it, but I find it quite hard to transition the fretting from here to the new chord shape without having my ring finger down on the 5th string, and it sounds okay, so that's how I carry on playing it there. So I'll just play that section through one more time slowly. Then the last part of the intro is ring finger on the 6th string on the 11th fret, and index finger on the 9th string on the 5th fret, and it's the same picking pattern again. And all that happens at the end is, rather than going, those last two picks get replaced by a strum. So I'll just play that one more time. So you just played the 6th string, and then rather than playing the last two picks, you just strum instead. And that's everything covered in the intro. So after you play through the intro, move into this next part of the song, which sounds like this. So for this part, it's the same shape as the start of the intro. So that is 5th string, 11th fret with your ring finger, and the 3rd string, 12th fret with your little finger. And the first part of the picking is thumb on the 6th string, and then the 5th, 4th and 3rd with your index, middle and ring, but not at the same time, just after one another. So it sounds like this. Okay, then after that, back up to the 6th string with your thumb, and then the 1st string with your ring finger. So all the way through. after that, it is 6th string, 5th string, and then 2nd string. And that 6th string, 5th string, 2nd string is thumb, index, ring. So once again. And then finally, 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, using your thumb, index, then middle. So all those bits together. Then instead of repeating what you've just played again, you go back to 6th string with your thumb, 1st string with your ring. So it sounds like this. And then you're just rotating through what you've just played before. So you've gone 6th string, 1st string, then 6th, 5th, 2nd, then 6th, 5th, 4th. So you've already played that part just after you've gone, it's this bit. Just repeat it again. Hopefully I've explained that okay. So you've played this bit. When you get to there, instead of just carrying on, play, there's a couple of different things you can do here. You can either play 6th string, 1st string, and then strum. So that would sound like this. So at the end there, we've gone 6th, 1st, 6th, then strum. So just the last bit, just to make it really clear there, you've gone and then all you do is move into the 2nd chord shape that you played in the intro. So that's 9th fret on the 6th string and 12th fret on the 3rd string, and it's the same picking pattern again. But the different bit you can play at the end, and it doesn't really matter what order or when you play this, is when you get to here. So hang on, get to there, you can then play 1st and 2nd using your ring and middle. So the two different choices you have at the end. So you've just finished playing. So there's a last pick on the 6th string, then you can pick what you want to do there. You can either go 1st and 2nd, or you can go 1st and 6th. So I'll just play through those two options one more time. Or and that is that section. Hopefully I've explained that final bit okay for everyone. So the last part of the song is by far what I found the hardest bit to learn to play originally. It's mostly using the same chord shapes that we've already used in the song, but it's the picking and strumming that gets quite complicated. So I'll try and do it really slow and break it down really slowly for everyone. So first shape, again, it's exactly the same as the first shape in the intro. So 5th string, 11th fret, 3rd string, 12th fret. and you're going to play 6th string with your thumb, and then you can do the same roll of the index, ring and middle finger on the 5th, 4th and 3rd strings. So like this. Then play the 6th string, 5th string and then the 3rd string. When you get to the 3rd string, you want to have lifted up your little finger and placed your middle finger on the 10th fret on the 3rd string. So then after that, it's a strum. So again, I'll just do this really slowly from the start. After you've played that strum, go to the 6th string with your thumb, and then back onto the 3rd string with your ring finger, but you need to have lifted up your middle finger from the 10th fret and placed your index finger down on the 9th fret. So starting from the beginning again, really slow. After you've played that 3rd string with the 9th fret, I use my index finger to do a little sweep up of 4, 5 and 6 strings, and then I push it back down again on strings 4, 5 and 6. So it sounds like this. I'll play it really slow. So it's that last. After that, I play 6th string with my thumb, and then I use my index finger to play a hammer on from the 9th fret on the 3rd string to the 10th fret. So hammering on using my middle finger. So I'll start from the beginning again. Okay, one more time. After I played that hammer on, I play a little sweep down again with my index finger, trying to catch probably 6, 5 and 4, maybe 3 in terms of the strings. Probably doesn't matter too much there. And then I'm going to strum it back up with my index finger with an emphasis on the 3rd string, 9th fret. So I'm lifting up again from that hammer on to the 10th fret to go, missed it that time. Probably makes more sense if I just play it through really slowly. So you can hear that emphasis on the 3rd string, but I'm kind of strumming down and then playing a few strings at the same time. So that's the first part of the picking for the final part of the song. Play it through one more time really slowly. Play that same thing through all the way until you get to the last couple of strums. So when you play the downstroke and then the upstroke, start moving into the next chord shape as you're kind of playing the upstroke. So that would be little finger on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, keeping your ring finger on the 5th fret on the 11th string, and moving your index finger up to the 9th fret on the 6th string. Okay, the picking for this bit is pretty much exactly the same, I think, but there's a little bit of movement around the fretting. So I'll play the picking really slow and then tell you what to do with the fretting after that. play through now until you need to do something different with the picking than you did before. So when you get to there, when you need to move down to the 9th fret with your middle finger, lift up your ring finger from the 5th string. So when you get to here, when you get to there, you've then only got your index finger on the 9th fret on the 6th string and your middle finger on the 9th fret on the 3rd string. And it's exactly the same strummings that you've done before. Forgot to lift up my middle finger at the end there. You want to hear this at the end before you move back into the other shape. So when you've got into this shape here, you're still hammering on with your middle finger. So hammering on with your ring finger here to the 10th fret. But then now, for the last playthrough of the picking pattern, you don't start in this position. You're in this position already. Just move your little finger up to the 12th fret on the 3rd string. So hopefully I've explained that okay. It's a little bit confusing, but once you've got the picking pattern down, you can probably see what I'm doing with the fingers to make it work there. The last little bit you can do in this part of the song is when you get to here, in any part of it, so, oops, there we are. So you've just played the first little upstroke, then downstroke. You've hit the 6th string. You can then add in the 1st and 2nd string instead. So I'll just play it through really slow because I'm probably confusing people more by trying to explain it than just showing. And you can do that in the other chord shape as well at exactly the same time. So and that is the final part of the song, and hopefully I've slowed it down enough and gone into enough detail because it is quite tricky to start with, and my suggestion is to just add like one pick at a time or one strum at a time. So starting from the beginning, just starting with this, then adding, then moving into that, then moving into this, and so on and so on. And hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. And once you've got that down, you can kind of, the good thing with the song is it just sounds so great just playing the bits over and over again. They kind of, you can just keep rotating them around, playing a few of the different fills here and there. So yeah, hopefully everyone found this helpful.